Have you ever caught yourself thinking, why do I feel like I'm slowly losing control of my own life? Maybe it's the small things, forgetting where you put your keys, feeling like others make decisions for you, or realizing you're saying yes when deep down, you wanted to say no. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something important. You're not alone, and you're not powerless. Turning 70 is a milestone. It's a beautiful chapter, filled with wisdom, memories, and, to believe it or not, opportunities. But it also comes with challenges that can quietly chip away at your confidence and independence. And here's the truth that most people won't say out loud: the biggest threat to your freedom isn't just your health or mobility, it's the habits you carry with you. Today, we're going to talk about 4 things you need to stop doing after 70 if you want to stay in control of your life. These things may seem harmless, maybe even polite or normal, but over time, they quietly take away your power, your joy, and your voice. Let's talk about the first one, and it's a big one: stop apologizing for having needs. Now, I know this might sound strange. You were probably raised in a generation where being low maintenance was a virtue. You didn't complain, you didn't ask for help unless it was an emergency, and you definitely didn't want to feel like a burden to anyone. But here's the thing: your needs matter. Whether it's needing more rest, asking someone to slow down when walking with you, or simply wanting company when you're feeling a little lonely, there is nothing wrong with that. Too many people over 70 fall into the trap of minimizing themselves. They say things like, "I'm sorry to bother you," or "Don't worry about me, I'll be fine," when what they really need is support or consideration. And over time, what happens? They become invisible. People stop checking in. Decisions get made without them. And that feeling of being out of control, it creeps in quietly. Reclaiming your voice doesn't mean being demanding. It means being honest. If something hurts, say so. If something matters to you, speak up. When you ask for what you need, you're not being needy, you're being clear. And that clarity gives you power. It reminds others that you're still here, still aware, and still deserve respect. Now, once you stop apologizing for having needs, you might notice something else happening: you'll start standing up for yourself more. And that leads us to the second thing you need to stop doing, and this one might sting a little: stop saying yes when you mean no. Let's be honest, how many times have you agreed to something just to avoid conflict? Maybe your kids wanted to rearrange your home, or someone assumed you'd be fine with plans that didn't include you, and you just nodded along. You didn't want to rock the boat. You didn't want to seem difficult. But afterward, you felt unsettled. Maybe even resentful. Sound familiar? Every time you say yes when your heart says no, you hand over a piece of your independence. It might be small: dinner plans you didn't want, agreeing to a schedule that exhausts you, but these moments add up. You slowly train the people around you to ignore your boundaries. And more importantly, you start ignoring them yourself. Let me tell you something that might be hard to hear, but could change your life: being agreeable is not the same as being respected. You can be kind and assertive. You can love your family and say, "No, that doesn't work for me." The people who truly care about you will adjust. And the ones who don't, well, they probably weren't listening in the first place. Protecting your time, your space, and your energy is not selfish. It's necessary. If you want to stay in control of your life, you have to start acting like the CEO of it. That means making decisions based on what's right for you, not what keeps everyone else comfortable. And here's the beautiful part: the more you practice this, the easier it becomes. That first no might feel awkward. The second might feel bold. By the third or fourth, you'll feel something you haven't felt in a long time: freedom. Real freedom. Now, I know what you might be thinking. But I don't want to come off as rude or pushy. That's totally valid. But remember, there's a world of difference between being assertive and being aggressive. Saying, "I'd rather not, thank you," is not rude. Saying, "I need a bit more time to think about that," is not pushy. These are the words of someone who knows their worth and honors it. As we move forward, keep this in mind: you are not here to disappear politely into the background. You are still the author of your story. You've got decades of wisdom, perspective, and strength. Don't waste them by constantly shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. We've talked about honoring your needs and protecting your boundaries. These are powerful steps. And they open the door to something even deeper, the ability to shape your own reality, even in a world that sometimes tries to make decisions for you. So, take a breath. Let that truth settle in. You are allowed to be seen. You are allowed to be heard. And you are absolutely allowed to take up space. Now that we've talked about how important it is to stop apologizing for your needs and stop saying yes when you mean no, let's keep going. Now let's talk about one of the quietest ways people over 70 give up control of their lives. They convince themselves it's too late. Too late to try something new. Too late to learn a skill. Too late to make friends. Too late to be healthier, happier, or more fulfilled. Let me ask you this, who told you that? Who decided that once you hit 70, 75, or 80, you're supposed to stop growing? The truth is, that belief isn't based on reality. It's based on fear. It's fear disguised as practicality. Oh, I'm too old to start yoga. It's too late to learn how to use a smartphone. I'd love to join a book club, but I'm not as sharp as I used to be. Sound familiar? But here's something powerful to remember, as long as you're alive, you're still becoming. Life isn't over until it's over, and every day between now and then is yours. In fact, many seniors don't just find joy in trying new things, they actually thrive because of it. Studies show that people who continue learning, creating, and socializing in their later years experience better cognitive function, less depression, and even longer lifespans. So whether it's learning a new language, planting a garden, mastering video calls, or joining a community group, don't let the clock rob you of your curiosity. The more you engage with life, the more control you take back. You're proving to yourself, and to everyone watching, that your spirit is still awake. And don't forget, you have one huge advantage over younger generations: you don't care what people think anymore. You're free to fail, experiment, laugh at yourself, and enjoy the process. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. So let's make a deal right now. The next time you catch yourself thinking, "I'm too old for this," I want you to say this instead. If not now, when? Because the truth is, now is always the right time. Now, this last one is a heavy one, but it's also the most freeing when you let it go. Stop letting fear of judgment control your choices. Think about how often we stay silent, dress a certain way, avoid certain places, or keep our dreams small, not because we can't, but because we're afraid of what others will think. What will the neighbors say if I start dating again? What if I look foolish trying that art class? What if I seem selfish for moving to a smaller place that suits me better? You know what? Let them talk. Let them wonder. Their opinions don't pay your bills, heal your body, or bring you joy. Yours do. This stage of life is not about fitting in anymore, it's about breaking free. The greatest regret most people have near the end of their lives isn't what they did, it's what they didn't do. The dreams they buried. The boundaries they never set. The chances they never took because they were too afraid of being judged. Let me tell you something raw and real. At your age, you've earned the right to live boldly. To wear what you want. Say what you mean. Do what lights you up, without apology. You don't need permission to be yourself. You are the permission. And when you start living that way, not recklessly, but authentically, people notice. Your energy shifts. Your posture changes. Your family starts treating you differently, with more respect, even if they don't understand you at first. Because confidence is contagious, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. So let's recap what we've learned today. White heavy check mark: stop apologizing for having needs, you are not a burden. White heavy check mark: stop saying yes when you mean no, your boundaries matter. White heavy check mark: stop thinking it's too late, growth has no expiration date. White heavy check mark: stop fearing judgment, this is your life to live. You've made it through storms, heartbreaks, triumphs, and decades of change. You are not fragile, you are forged. And from this day forward, I want you to take your power back, one decision, one no, one brave yes, at a time. Because the truth is, the most powerful chapter of your life might just be the one you're writing right now. So, are you ready to take back control? If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Which of the 4 habits are you ready to break, starting today? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone you care about, because nobody deserves to feel invisible after 70. You're not done yet. You're just getting started.